Hello, everyone. My name is Tim B. Green, and this is Crush It Club, episode 33, How to Guarantee Success. So this is about setting up your product design, especially in the training space. That's the example I will use because that's where I am. That's what I do. This could be applied to essentially any product, but let's think of it this way. Let's start with the guaranteed duration. Many times people will say, well, I have a product and I guarantee you business success. I guarantee you that my personal branding product, which will guide you through making a compelling personal brand and increase your sales. Unless you're going to use a number, increase is pretty vague, but you could just say increase your sales above what they've been for the last 12 months, whatever it is. So when you make a guarantee, honor it. And if you aren't prepared as a company to honor and guarantee your product unconditionally under specific conditions, it sounds ironic or contradictory, but it really isn't. You'll see why. Or, okay, let's put it this way. You could also say just, we have a conditional 12-month guarantee. But if you wouldn't buy any physical product, if I said, I have this flashlight, it either has a guarantee or it doesn't. If you're going to do a guarantee, that will increase your sales. Obviously, you want to design a guarantee to work within what's practical. I'm not going to say I have a flashlight, I have a 100-year guarantee, unless I have every reason to believe and tested it to be 100 years reliable. However, I can say, I have a flashlight, I have this product, I guarantee that it will work for 1 year or all your money back. It's always a little conditional in that if you use a hammer on it, it's not reasonable to say, well, I took a hammer to my flashlight and it doesn't work. It's like, well, yeah, you took a hammer to it, you destroyed it. So let's get back then. So for physical products, it's very reasonable, in fact, inspected, that a minimum reasonable guarantee tends to be a year long. So if you have a training product and you say 1 month or your money back, that's ridiculous. That's just proving that that most people won't act in that first month. And therefore you will keep your money and they will be stuck with your product, even if it's no good. If you really believe in your product, you have to be congruent with that, act on that, and honor that. So make your guarantee at least a year and virtually unconditional, conditional within certain terms. And here are the terms and why I could say for me, and you can say for you, that you can guarantee success in your programs, in your training, if that's the space you're in, or even in your products. It works in a set period of time, given specific criteria, or they get their money back, or you extend free of charge the service term for, say, training, or you talk about the details which you set out in the beginning on performance-based pricing, which is literally as it sounds. I'll go into detail on that in another video though. So here's the way you could do that. As somebody who trains people, as somebody who helps, uses neurocognitive training, that is neuroscience and other things from amazing people like Daniel Kahneman and Adam Grant and a long list of others, Robert Cialdini and many other things, combining that with neuroscience, and that since they're not specifically neuroscience, combining everything I know with the neuroscience, the neurobiology, and all that fancy stuff, I can tell you, and without hesitation say, my product, at whatever level you come in at, is unconditionally guaranteed for a year, or the term is extended, or we do product-based pricing, but here are the conditions. And that is, we set up digital accountability. So what's digital accountability? In simple terms, it means when I'm doing this training with you, you get homework, you get assignments, and you have to do those assignments and send them back to me. Now that could be as easy as a Google form, which is a pretty damn handy way to do this kind of thing, right? So somebody gets on a phone call with me, we kind of go over what they're great at, because that's really what I do. I take what they're great at and I make them even better at it. I identify things from an outside perspective using neuroscience and other things to make them even better. And we set it up. I train them to do that in a Kaizen, continuously improving fashion, at least over that year. And ideally, my real goal is to make it so they can do it forever. So here's the way it works. They have their homework. Tell me about your business. We're going to get on the call. I'm going to ask you questions. You must be honest with me about your answers, because I can't make effective recommendations. I can't help you find the best solutions if I don't know the information. So if you hide information, I'm not talking about top secret stuff. It's like, where are you? What do you have trouble with? What frustrates you? Those questions for me would have to be answered honestly. So you do your homework. Okay, now write a document of 500 words, whatever it is. That's pretty arbitrary. Write a document to describe what you do well, what you do okay, and what you're stuck on. Send that to me. Next step, next step, next step. So as I said, if you do it in a Google form or wherever you do it, it's undeniable that that step has been done. Now, if they go through the entire program, which shouldn't probably take 3 months even, depends on the individual, right? Because it's training. So it's done at the pace that the individual can handle and their schedule can handle. But the product itself is a year. It gives them a year term to do this. And if they meet all their conditions and they do their homework, it's on me as the teacher, the mentor, the guide, the instructor to teach them well enough that they're capable of doing it. And if they've actually put in the effort and the time, which I have documents to support, then it's back on me. I failed as a teacher if I can't help them achieve their goals, and I need to give them their money back, and I should. Worst case scenario, first of all, I'm extremely confident that I can help them and that they will feel, see, and experience the objective benefits of working with me. If they don't, well, then giving them their money back means the worst review they can possibly make is, it didn't work for me, but Tim honored the guarantee and gave the money back after a year, just like he said he would. For that to happen, obviously they need to agree to the terms, which is you got to put in the work, you got to do your own push-ups, as they say. So that's how you can do it. You make a digital accountability, which is objective, that either of you can look at, a third party could look at and say, yeah, they did their homework. Yeah, there was back and forth. He didn't get the concept. She didn't get the concept. Tim explained it again and they got it. Or Tim explained it again and tried for a year, and Tim failed to achieve his goal of leveling up their leaders, leveling them up, and making them even better at their best skills. Then I owe them their money back because I wasn't able to deliver on my promise. So that's really all there is to it. You give some kind of digital accountability, you tie it to a conditional guarantee based on them achieving that accountability within a period of time of 1 year. And if not, you either offer to refund their money and do it, not fighting, not friction, not special forms, frictionless, sludgeless in the terms of Richard Thaler. No resistance. If they want their money back, do it right away. Because that will also go on and they will tell their friends, it didn't work for me, but they honored their guarantee. That is exceptional, though it should never be. You'll stand out, and most people will never ask for that guarantee refund, even if they fail to. If they fail to do their part, then they don't get their money back. And there's a way to objectively measure that accountability. So you do that, you do product-based pricing, you do an unconditional term guarantee, or you extend it. That's it for Crush It Club 33, How to Guarantee Success. Bye for now.